There it is. I must be live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Friday evening to you. Hope everyone is well and welcome to your weekend, right? So glad to have you here. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I have a new microphone. The other one sounded so weird and distant and odd, but this one I've tested it. It seems like it's better. But let me know if you can hear me okay and that it's coming through clear or too loud, too far away. So let me know that, please. I'm going to tell you what to do. Do it or else. All right. Before we get into everything, let us bring in some beautiful, beautiful energy this evening. And we'll do that by first, we'll take a big deep breath and come back to this moment, out of the past, out of the future, out of the chaos, come back into the now through a big deep breath. And then we will hit the singing bowl 3 times. And each time we do that, just imagine this beautiful unconditional love energy filling us up, flowing into our mental body, our emotional body, our energetic body, our physical bodies, filling up our entire life, and then flowing out to the outside world and allowing it to do what it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration of the collective and the planet as well. So, um, and then something else we can do, of course, while we're doing that is if we want to raise our own vibration, we can focus on just one thing that we're grateful for right here, right now, and just thank the creator for it sincerely. That immediately raises our vibration, opens us up like a chalice to receive more from spirit, messages from spirit, and whatever we're grateful for just is multiplied as well. So I love that we have that ability to do that on our own. So there you go. All right, well, we'll start off here first. If you want to join me, I'm going to take a big deep breath. Um, right now. If you'd like to join me, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable. Don't pass out or hurt yourself. But we'll take a big deep breath in and then exhale here. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful. All right. So here we go. We'll hit the singing bowl and then, of course, gratitude. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I'm grateful for that. Wow, she's vibrating today. Boom, boom, boom. We'll put her back here on her shelf. Whoops. Sorry. Pating. All right. So hello, everybody. Hey, Debbie O and Mia. We got Kathleen and Alice and Brenda, Teshi. Morning. Hello, everybody. So happy to have you here. Um, I've got so much wonderful energies going on in the world. I got my little cat. Is that a part of the t-shirt there? Nope. I got a little piece of white on here too. Don't know where that came from. There we go. There. But a little cat skeleton on here to remember, uh, that this human body is just skeleton meat, nerves, and that, but the real essence of who we are is our spirit that lives within this human body. So it's always nice to remember that, this is a skull. When you peel away everything and it deteriorate, there's just a skull and bones left, right? It's always I used to do something called sculling where I would just sit and tap my skull just to bring my awareness to this is not me. This is my vehicle that I'm so grateful for that I'm traveling around in this world. Anyway, welcome everyone. Um what was I going to say? I got off on a sidetrack there, but thank you guys for being here. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor. As I say, two things we can definitely use in this lifetime to make it an easier path than um, a harder one, right? If you want to know how the whole reading process works, all that information's down in the description box of the video. And basically, donations get first priority. We dive deeper into those as well. And if you make a donation, one per person per session, you also get a fortune cookie. Tonight's is Seasons of the Witch, the Maybon, which is like a celebration for the fall equinox, which happy fall equinox, everybody in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. So we're kind of equal energies, equal day and night. And we're starting to tip away from the sun in the northern hemisphere towards winter, which it's one of my favorite seasons. I love them all, but I'm a winter baby, so I like winter. I like the cooler things. But all that to say, if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. Do you have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square? I don't have any set dollar amounts. Whatever you want to give from your heart is the perfect amount. I know everyone's finances are different, cost of living is different. What else? Um, what the rate of financial exchange is different across the world. So again, whatever you give from your heart is perfect. What else? Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards, but we do pull more tea for the donations. I'm on for at the most usually 3 hours. I'm trying something new. If 2.5 hours in, I haven't completed any free readings, then we step away from donations to complete free readings. So at least we get some free readings per session. And I'm on, of course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain, and then also on Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And on Sundays, whatever I don't finish in the morning session, then if I don't finish everything, I will come back on and finish out everything, including all free readings. That's just something special for Sundays. I think that's the skinny on most things. I did want to make sure you guys are aware. There's a giveaway that's out there. If you haven't checked it out yet, I had an announcement last week on the introduction of my upcoming Easier Path podcast. I was determined I was going to have one come out this week, but energies just weren't there. So next week it'll probably be out. But if you go to this intro, watch the video, see what this is all going to be about. I'm super excited about it. And you post a comment on that intro video about something that you're grateful for in this moment or in the past, then I'll have a drawing on October 1st for a personal recorded reading. And, or if you want a hedge of peace and love, I'll offer that as well. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out and you can get into that drawing. I might have one November 1st as well, but we'll talk about that. when I start giving stuff away, I just love to give stuff away. Also, we have specials for the remainder of September through October. My 15-minute personal recorded readings that I offer will be 777, and my 30-minute half hour will be 1515. So, always like to make sure you guys are aware of any specials or contests or drawings. So there you go. Never any expectations, but all this information's down in the description box of the video too. So if you ever want to check it out, just go, what was that again? It's all down there. All right. All right. So I think that is the skinny on all that stuff. I will, um, at the end of each session, I do pin a comment listing all the readings completed with timestamps. So if you ever, leave and come back, then you, you love, I love specials. If you leave and come back after the stream is done, then you can just click on that little timestamp. It'll take you right to your reading. I'm trying to figure out a way how I can draw in something where I update it as I'm going along. Maybe I'll like sign on to my other computer here and post the timestamps in a pinned comment that I just keep updating as we go down or something like that. I'm trying to figure out something. So we'll see. We'll see. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. You tech savvy people. All right. So let us get into it tonight. I used this last night. I love this Wildwood Tarot. Huge box. It's almost as big as my big old head. So I'll be using that tarot this evening. So we'll dive into that. Yeah, good question, Debbie. Yeah, you can purchase a reading and a special, and then um, say that you want it for October, and then you can just send me your questions when you're ready. Yeah, absolutely. Can take advantage of it. It's through the end of October too, so you can wait until October because it's through September, the end of September, and all the way through the end of October too. So whatever you guys feel, I know, right? Woohoo! But anytime there's a special, you guys can purchase it in advance. You're like, oh, I'm gonna buy 12 of them, one for every month. In advance. Hey, as long as I'm still alive, they never expire. So the rapture didn't happen, and obviously I probably wouldn't have been taken anyway, but too funny. All right, so let's get into here. Thank you guys so much for your sense of humor. Um, so we'll start off donations. I do have two for Debbie O, and then Mia. Thank you so much for your Cash App donation. I do have that one here as well. Outside with your telescope, checking out that beautiful crescent moon, right? Too funny. All right. Oh, Deb. Of course, you're checking out the crescent moon. Beautiful, right? I was just checking out today. For some reason, I was really drawn to check in on that. What are they calling it? Three eye, the little thing that's coming through our solar system. It's going to be in front of the sun here in I think on the 29th. It's going to be the closest to the sun. And so it's going to be the brightest where we can look at it, which I don't know if you have any kind of filter on your telescope where you can see. That was interesting. Three eye, what are they calling it? Something. They have a nickname or they named it. But anyway, enough of that. Let's dive in and see what we've got going on here. So, Debbie O, you are up. We got you at 1446 times 2. So, thank you for your dual donations. And no, I don't have any on the live ones yet. These it's yeah, Atlas, thank you. Yes, I think that's what they call it, Atlas. These are mainly because it's for the easier path. So if you want to dive into more easier path, I just did the 15-minute and 30-minute recorded readings, but nothing on the yet. Anyway, I'll consider those for the future. See, We'll have some live ones. Maybe we'll have a sale of some sort on those. We'll see. All right. So let's give your first donation here a love and a like. And just because whatever comes up, I love that. And then love coming. Yes, I know I'm not patient. You're so funny. All right. Let's start off here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Whatever comes up. All right. I do feel a very hilarious masculine energy coming in. Is that uh, is there a grandpa coming in here? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, you would love to have lives on special. I know, right? Well, the bottom of the deck, we have this great amount of joy, joy, joy. Here, this doesn't make sense. This funny, hilarious energy coming in here, underscoring here. So it is someone that was very joyful. I feel is coming in from the other side. Um, I know you know who this is. So they're coming in to say hello. Um, Something about my joy, my joy, my joy. I'm here bringing my joy. So I love that kind of energy. I feel like you could use a bit of uplifting energy, and that's why they're coming in, just to let you know that they have always been around you since they stepped to the other side, and are always around you, even when you can't feel them and you feel like if you ever feel like alone, you're not. They're like, we're just sometimes we step back to give you time to experience your life and what you're wanting to do as well. So, oh, your ex fiance passing? Oh, was he a joyful, joy person? Because I feel like the message here is things are like you will find your joy again. And we're talking about this belly laugh, joy, 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 where you're just shining bright, bright, bright. You will get that back. Things are just out of order of how they come in here, or maybe it's both of them. Can be. I was thinking it was your dad, but this being the anniversary of your ex fiance, if they are like a joyful person, it could be definitely be them. But things are unfolding in a bit out of order. It's like instead of 3, 2, 1, it's 2, 3, 1. Um, so it's an interesting little unfolding here. So there is a message of you will get back your joy. It just is. It's not gonna happen the way you think it is, or in this exact place. It's kind of going to be you do this and then you do this and you do this kind of thing, right? Okay. Ah. That's good. Yeah, that's funny. Maybe that's why I set up the microphone today because this seems like a radio microphone. Hey. All right, let's see what this is. What is this that's unfolding? You do have the two cards first. Yeah, you've got the Six of Wands, abundance energy with the shaman, which is the magician energy. This is all about you have the power for your victory. And I feel like what happens first in getting your joy back is you stepping into your power, realizing whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so, we talk about that, right? How if I focus on my joy and my gratitude, then that grows and I invite more of that in. If I focus on my pain and my suffering and what's going on in the world and what's going on at work, what's going on with my friends and family and blah 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 blah. If I focus on all that stuff, it's like right. Then I invite more of that to come in. It's like an algorithm. It's funny. It's like on YouTube. I got all involved in the last election and presidential, elections and everything that we had, and I got all into all this. All my algorithm was bringing me all this news, and I was like, God, why do I feel so? Ugh?" And I'm like, oh, that's why, because you're inundated with all this opinion of things going on, right? And nothing brings down your energy like politics, right? uh, and so I chose to not watch all that stuff anymore to maintain my peace. And I happened to click on a video that had popped up that was an update on something, and I go, "Oh, what's going on?" I think it was about Jimmy Kimmel and everything, and I'm like, "Oh, what's happening?" And I clicked on it, and now all of a sudden my algorithm is I'm like, "No, no, 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 I didn't." It's like you open a floodgate, right? And that's what happens when we do with our lower vibration things is we invite more of that in. We're like, "Oh god, my algorithm is bringing all this stuff to me. Let me change my algorithm. I'm gonna bring in this stuff instead." So I'm clicking on all the tarot reading people that I love, the astrology, the clicking on, the beautiful meditational music and stuff that I play in the background while I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, all right, there we go. Okay, here comes back my regular stuff. I'm just like, whoa, what happened? Right. So I like that energy coming in here with that. The three in the middle, which is the form of a cross, one, one card, one card, one card. Let's see what this is about. You do have the Ace of Stones, Ace of Pentacles, a really solid earthy foundation energy here. I feel like this is a new beginning, and you have an opportunity to have a whole new start to life kind of energy coming in. You have the King of Arrows, King of Swords, which is, and this could even be education, but it's the mind. There's like this new opportunity to change your mindsets, change your stories. Um, But I feel like there's an opportunity to expand, and if there was something that you wanted to study, it's very welcomed here too with all of this. If you wanna learn something new to expand your, life and I think it's very welcomed here too, and the Ace of Vessels. Yeah, here's the Ace of Cups, which is the self-love adventure. So I do feel here, you are, of course, focusing on self-love and especially I feel like this is it's funny, the Ace of Stones says the foundation of life, the Ace of Pentacles, which with this the classes that you're taking and the things that you're going through, very supported here. And they do tell you here that with this change, it's giving you a change of a mindset that allows you to have a different foundation of your life. Instead of the outside world being your foundation, you're turning to your self love for your foundation. It's going to change things for you. So I love that, stepping into your power and then you're changing your stories. And then you go to the number one here, right? Oh, I love that. And you have the mirror, yep. So this is the Hanged Man, number 12, which is a card of transformation and change. It's the cocoon, it's the caterpillar to the butterfly. So I just really feel like they're saying here is you are, um, having this time of transformation, the end result will be finding your joy again, but it's going to be a joy that's not attached to something in the outside world because it's going to be from inside you. So no one can take that away from you. So I love that. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for this as well. I feel like they wanted to have your fortune cookie for this one. It was named Mirror. Shut up. I love it. Mirror. And there you go. So, and then you got cranberries. Card number 10. Here's endings and beginnings energy here. I love the cranberries, the musical group. Says, devour the truth and let it sink into the depths of all that came before and all that will come after. I love that. Look, and it's like the Ace of Cups. You're pouring out your heart. There's the apple of someone's eye, or apple teenies. Was that someone's favorite drink? Those were weird. Anyway, keywords are ancestral tools, connections, power, claiming, or reclaiming. So your spirit beings from up above chose this card for you because your ancestors are waiting for you. The red color of cranberries instantly brings to mind the blood connection of ancestral healing, and it is through your ancestors that intuitive wisdom is passed down. They wait patiently for you to connect with them so they can offer the wisdom, strength, and power that's available to you by right via the blood within your veins. Wow. You don't need a connection with your living relatives to establish a bond with your ancestors. They are available to you even if you don't know their names, faces, or the details of your family tree. You will recognize them through a feeling of comfort and familiarity. Offer up your troubles and ask for your ancestors' support. They will clear away blocks, push away the dark clouds looming over your life, and open the floodgates of abundance. There you go. To establish this bond with your ancestors, simply close your eyes and offer up your prayers. Ask that only benevolent, loving ancestors seek you out. Then speak with them as you would any other guide, the universe, God, or godlike figure. Wow. I love that. So, reaching out to all of your ancestors here, flying around your head. Oh, I love it. So, some good stuff happened, I hope. That's the good stuff, right? All right. Well, that is for that. Let's go on to number two here for you. We'll give that a love and a like here as well. So, thank you so much for your second donation. And is love coming your way? And anything that can let you know about this. Let's just shuffle this up here. Let's take a quick sip. So, cheers, all my Zen friends. Much love to you. All right. Boom. All right. So, is that the employment thingy majiggy? All right, here we go. So let's focus in on love. What do your spirit guides and spirit creator, what would you like Divio to know about love? Is love coming? I bet you'll get Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, all the self-love thingies, right? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have, look at, you got a little matching. The skeletons. Yay! Congratulations, Debbie O. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. We had like days to spare. So you got the Guardian here, which is work. That's funny. It's a Capricorn devil card energy ruled by Saturn, which is all about you know, well, they Capricorn rules over the house of work, but there is this energy here of the shaking and the rattling of old beliefs that are, being let go. So the underlying energy of love right now is getting um, those old expectations and rules and the impact of those old opinions around what a relationship and love should be, who they should be, who you should be, how what it's supposed to be, blah blah blah. Clearing a lot of that out to open that up. Your Capricorn rising, right? Yeah. So this is getting these things out of the head to be able to, instead of feeling like love has to come in like this, that we can expand. And the more we let go of all these restrictions that we've been taught growing up, the more the love that is best for us, for our highest experience, can come our way. Instead of, the more like the steps you're taking, you're helping release those without having to go through stepping stone relationships to teach us that, so because we can go to the classroom of mirror relationships, or you can go to a class called Mirror and learn about your self love without having all the complications of, But there's benefits too, right? Of being in a relationship. That's a stepping stone because you get all the other stuff along with it too. But you kind of have to do a cost benefit analysis, right? Is it really worth all the stuff you get with all the crap you have to go through in learning it? Or do you want to go to a classroom? Take an online course, right? A Zoom class. It's like, yeah, that's much easier, right? Sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't want to learn from a book or from a class. I want to learn on the job, right? And we're like, those lessons are, you know, that's how I learned them. I learned them so deep and rah, right? All right, let's see what else comes in here. So first, oh, here you go. Got the shaman again that comes in here. So we definitely have this, you're learning to step into your power now, and you're learning regarding love that you have everything you already need inside of you, that you don't need anything in the outside world to complete you, right? That's what the magician, they usually have all four wands or aces on the table in front of them, showing that you got all the mental ability, emotional ability, energetic ability, physical ability of everything you need inside of you already. And that's what you're learning here with all this shaking and rattling. And as you're doing this, then you have three cards that are pointing this way. I feel like this is the transformation that's leading you to this loving relationship. Yeah. So you got the high priestess, you know, we got this little high priestess goes away into her high priestess temple, connects above, looks behind the scene, dives deep into her own emotions, and then when she's done with what she's wanting to experience in her high priestess temple, then she descends from the high priestess temple back out into the public, right? Would you say, yeah, I don't think I could handle stepping stone relationships? Yeah, we were just close. Uh, right. I get you. And then you have, yeah, the Queen of Stones, the bear in her cave. So Queen of Pentacles, is this energy, um, that's coming in here. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. Both these energies are about putting yourself first here. And the Ten of Stones, Ten of Pentacles, which is relationships, but they call this home. So I feel like you're focusing on home and yourself right now. And this is you're learning to give yourself the love that you've been looking for, right? So I love that, coming in here. So I love that. Um and I feel like that's what you're going through right now because you're learning this stuff. And then you have one card, two cards, two cards. I feel like this is the progression of love. Where they like, as you're going through all this, then this is what's coming. You got the Queen of Bows, the Queen of Wands. So this is you taking action and, moving in here and, going, um, investing that energy, stepping into your power with the Queen of Wands that's coming in here, right? Sorry, someone's blowing up my phone right now. I'm like, I need to turn off my vibrator on there. That sounded bad. But I feel like it's you stepping forward, you taking action, you leaping forward, putting what you're learning into practice, and I love that. The next two cards after that, you got the Page of Arrows, which is heightened communication, and the Sun. Yeah, there is this is an abundance card, and I do feel like with this new way of looking at things, with new stories, that you're really this is what brings in this abundance, this bright light, this kind of energy coming in. I like this because I feel like with the Queen of Bows too, this isn't about searching for love, but finding your love in the inside and then living your passions, doing things you love, and in doing things you love, then there is this spark that happens, with someone there, zap, right? And it's like, wow, there's someone doing something they love, which is the same thing that you're doing, is something that you love to do. And there's this thing that you share. And then you bump into each other again, or you go, hey, would you like to do this? I'm like, yeah, I would love that. It's like this commonality is the connection, and it grows from that. Let's see what these last 2 cards are here too, yeah? Here's the Ace of Stones, there you go. The foundation of your life, going back to that, that's the class, right? That was there, the Ace of Cups, right? This is the foundation of your new life, seeing things differently, that your foundation is in here, and you're not needing love to complete you and bring you joy, but you want it and you're open to it, but it's not like a, "Oh my god, I gotta have it," kind of energy because you're not defining yourself by that anymore. I love that. And here's the 10 of Wands, which is changing. This energy changes from something that feels like a burden to something that feels like a harvest instead, which is what happens when we're trying to find like a like a partner in our life, because we've been taught you are not complete or your life isn't full until you have someone loving you and you're in this relationship. We kind of look at it like hiring somebody, right? It becomes work. I put out, an ad. I'm searching for someone to fill this place in my life. And then we interview people, which is dating, right? We do background checks, checking their social media, checking with friends that we know them. Um, you know, that's all it. And then we hire them to fill that position. Lo and behold, they lied on their resume, and then or they quit the job because they couldn't hack it. They're like, "This is too tough. I quit," and or we fire him, right? And then we just have to go through all that to try to find someone else to fill that position in our life again. Feels like we're a supervisor and it's a job instead of that's the 10 of wands of feeling burden. Instead of the 10 of wands of abundance is when we are searching for um, our passion, what do I love to do? And I go out and do those things. And then that's when we bump into them. And then it organically grows into something instead. So I feel like that's kind of where we're headed here, which is it starts off like as friends, then best friends, and then the I feel like the best kind of relationship is best friends sleeping over. It starts to be where it's best friends. It's not that kind of energy, right? So very interesting with all that, and that's what they have for you. So hopefully that helps a little, Debbie. I know, but we'll get more here as you move more towards the self-nurturing and growing that self-love. We can get more updates as we go, of course, and see how the energy changes and what information that they'll give us, you know, in that. So that's what they have. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Your dual donations. All righty. And then we have Mia. You are up next. Let's grab your timestamp. You're 3848. Look at that. All right. And thank you for your donation. Let me click over here on the Cash app. All right. And that was for, um, you said general guidance. So we'll do that. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you. Here you wanted a general reading there. I just want to make sure with what you had said here. All right, perfect. General, please. Emphasis on finance and love. All right. Oh, interesting, Debbie O. Oh, good. Congratulations. And you also got insurance, right? Health insurance. Woohoo! All right. So let's take here, Mia. So general. Let's find out just in general first what they want you to know. Boom, boom, boom. And then emphasis on, let's see, finances, what they would like you to know here about finances. And then I feel like, so what is this? This is love, but why is this? I feel like this is up here. This is down here. Okay, we'll just do it that way. We'll find out what that means here. When they tell me do this and then put this card here and then put this card here. There's a meaning towards it, and sometimes I don't know what it is till we get to it, which I don't know what it's going to get till we get to it. So overall, on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Eight of Pentacles, which they call the Eight of Stones here, which is you got skills, but this is an energy of transformation about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears like we do when we put in the work. I'm getting very much Saturn energy, which is the taskmaster, where it gives us if you do this and do this, then here's the reward. They don't just go here, do this. They provide us a reward for doing the work and making it it's worth our while. It's all right. I'll do that then. That makes it more. It's like it's the sugar that helps the medicine go down, right? So I feel like that's what's coming in here. Like you've been putting a lot of effort into things, and it is about like a caterpillar going to a butterfly and having a cocoon. That as we're letting stuff go, it's a very uncomfortable experience being cocooned and having pieces of us fall away and turning into caterpillar juice to form the butterfly. But when we're done, we're like, holy moly, look at my wings, right? And we can fly, we can go great distances, go where we could never have gone before. We, instead of munching out all this on leaves, we seek blossoms, beautiful flower blossoms, right? For that nectar. So I like this kind of energy coming in. Let's see what the four cards of the overall, what they're wanting, energy to come in here, which is the Ace of Bows. So there is a new spark coming in here. Something sparking towards action. Let's see here. Yep. And then you have two, the High Priestess. Again, this is feels like more of a spiritual upgrade energy that's coming in here. Let's see what these other two are. Yep. The World Tree, which is the World card in the Major Arcana, which is the last card, starting a new adventure, ending of one phase, going to another phase. So it does feel like an upgrade. Yeah. Any other four? And look, here's the butterfly. I had a feeling you were going to have a butterfly. So the four swords here, four arrows are not stuck in them; they're stuck all around them. It's like a mental transformation, a changing of some stories and some beliefs are opening your mind to higher knowledge, but also I feel like your energy is changing too. So this is a huge year of change and transformation for all of humanity, but I feel like they're saying that you're going further in your spiritual abilities and your gifts, and so there's an energetic kind of flow that's changing within you. If you're interested in doing any kind of energy work, whatever that may look like for you. But there's a lot of knowledge that's coming in here too. I like the High Priestess. She goes away, connects to the higher realms, looks behind the veil, sees things differently, sees the story behind what is going on, and then understands the emotions that are connected to it too. So I feel like very much like empathic abilities that are just going, on steroids. But there's more to it. It's like you're getting the story behind the emotions. And I love that for you because it's like humans can feel like funnels, right? And everyone gets like a gut instinct on the rim of the funnel where we're like, ooh, blah, 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 blah. You just took a Reiki class. Oh, there you go. Perfect. And we get the heebie jeebies, or we're like, ooh, I really like that person. We get immediate little things. But to understand someone else and what's going on with them, um, I feel like there's like this, they're reminding me of when I sat with someone at a party once, and the friend that invited me said, "I want you to meet this friend of mine. She's trying to expand her empathic abilities and stuff." And I was like, "Cool." And so she sat down, we talked, and I was just like, when I told them about the funnel and that when we go into down we can go down further into the funnel, um, from a place of love, not to get the skinny and find out stuff to, you know, hurt them or blackmail them or whatever, right? But out of love, we go down in from our heart, then we get like the stories and we understand why they feel the way they do, not just that I feel their emotion. And that's what I feel is coming in here is this. It's like some sort of they're showing it's like an Asian treat that they have like this kind of rice patty that you put something in, fold it in, and then you take some sort of uh, I don't know what it would be. It's like an onion, a long onion, thin onion, and you use that to tie a bow. It's like, here's the whole package that is coming to you. That's funny that they did it that way. But it's very ancient, like Asian cooking, like from it, because they're reminding, they showed it from, I love watching Korean movies and Japanese and Chinese movies from China where they have all this cooking and they're always showing all these dishes that people are making. And I feel like it's a healing herbal type of dish that is being served to you. And it's part of like the reason why you're getting this gift is so that you can help people emotionally. You can understand their stories, and that you'll get specific information as you trust that, um, and when we've got this um, antennas like here which are opening up and bringing in more information in. So I love this for you. Let's see what else they have here. You've got okay, so that was like the general that they had here for you. Um, just that to understand the energy that's changing because it's going to impact everything around you because it's putting you more in tune with your original who you really are, which is taking you outside of the human experience and allowing you to see things from a different perspective. So I like that. All right. And then what we have, okay, finances is what this was about. Ooh, okay. So we have, all right, very good. We do have the Nine of Arrows, the Nine of Swords, which is the Nightmare and Insomnia card. Don't worry, it's not that bad. Because you also have the Pole Star, which is the Star card, which is a card of, it's like a dream come true energy. And the the energy that's coming in with this around finances is, I've got all of these mindsets that we have that are given to us when we're growing up that, well, you have to work hard for things. You can't do what you love and get paid for it. You only can do your little pipe dreams on the side. That's what we're kind of taught in our society these days is like you got to do the hard stuff. And then if you're lucky, someday maybe hardly anyone gets to live their dream and get paid for it too, you know, to where your income comes in. And that's a lie. That's just, people that have had disappointments trying to save other people from disappointments. And everyone took on those beliefs that it's impossible or that it's very hard. And it doesn't happen to a lot of people. But so it's about letting go of these mindsets, these old opinions of things, and going, you know what? I love a saying that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly. And then sitting in a place of gratitude of what I do have and that you're going to bring me what I need. And there's an underlying message to hear when you do what you love, then the money and the abundance and you get taken care of. And even in ways that we're not aware of. And I'm a living example of that because I was in corporate life, well, for a long time. The last company I worked for was over 20 years. I know. It's unheard of, right? But, um, and I had left once to pursue my dream and the money ran out because I wasn't ready. That's what happens. And I came back and I was in it again for 4 or 5 more years until in 2020, I got to that point where I was ready in my life and I'm like, um I was like, "What am I waiting for to live my dream to die?" Because of the plague going on. And I'm like, I'm gonna take steps. I sold my condo, I sold my truck. I My last host in southern Utah. I moved in with her for a while and rented a couple rooms from her. And as the savings started to go chunk, chunk, chunk and become smaller and smaller, I was like, all right, creator, if you want me to continue in this pursuit of, you know, sharing messages, because that's my dream, my passion from spirit, then we need to figure something out, or I'm gonna start looking for jobs. Like, where am I gonna move to and have job, so that I can, because we were in a small town, so I was gonna have to move somewhere if I was gonna get a job, to where I could afford, my own place and do that kind of thing. And out of the blue, my another of my best friends called me and said, "Hey, I just bought a house and um, it has a basement. Why don't you come and live in the basement for free?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Are you sure? Are you on drugs?" Uh, and no, it was true. And I've been here since 2021, end of 2021. It's almost 4 years now. And you wouldn't think that, that definitely cuts down on costs. And she won't let me pay for utilities and that. So, I just pay for all my other stuff, food and different things. And you just, but if we limit ourselves, going, "No, it has to be this way," we can limit the creator, right? Instead, if I'm like, I open up and I'm grateful for what I do receive, and knowing the creator is always going to care for us, that it is possible for us to live our dream. But if we think it has to be a certain way that it has to happen, then we limit. Like, I would never have dreamt that this is where I would be at my point in my life, but I'm living my dream and I'm able to do it. And so can you. And I feel like that's what they want you to know about finances, is that do what you feel you need to do now, but you will have the ability to transform into living the dream of you expressing the love in your heart with the world in your own special, unique way. But it starts with here. It took me a while to clear away these mindsets that have been given to us all our lives. So hopefully that makes sense. I feel like that's what they have for you for that one. And then love is this little, I guess this is a balancing thing, because it has one here and it's over here, but this one's over here. And so it's like, because of the way that they're positioned, it's keeping things in balance. So let's see what this is about love. The top card is balance. So you got temperance here, patience. I know we always love a patience card when it comes to love readings. Not right. No, no, we do not like patience cards when it comes to love readings. But when we get that, that is a message for us that things are slow for us, and things will unfold, that they're always moving toward it. But when things slow down in that love relationship area of our life, it is for us, so that we don't draw in vibrations that match what we're currently, our belief system and everything around loving. Gives us time to raise our love vibration more and more, which then, as we raise our vibration, it does speed things up, which draws in someone and a relationship that matches that higher vibration instead of that, right? So I like that. The balancing scale is the green man, which is the emperor energy. And there is this two major arcana so far around love. This is about the emperor realizing, this is my life. I get to choose what I want. And again, this clearing away of thoughts and beliefs is great for every area of our life, because we're given so much supposed to an opinion when we're growing up on all that. So as it raises, then we're able to go, I'm getting rid of these old mindsets and the old ways. That the emperor is like, okay, clear the throne room so there's not all these people yapping, these self-appointed advisors about who you should pick and how love should be and what it should bring you and who you're supposed to be in the relationship. And everyone has these different opinions and blah blah blah. It's noisy, right? It's like exhausting. It's like, All right, let's clear the throne room so I can sit in silence, decide what it is that I want from my heart, not from my brain, all that opinion, but from my heart. What do I want? And then I make a plan and then I put energy behind it. So part of this slowness is giving you the opportunity to question those thoughts and beliefs, which brings you to the two of bows. Yep, brings you to a decision point to where am I going to continue to do what I've always done and get what I've always gotten, or am I going to choose to focus my energy on something else? It's a great power of choice energy, and it's a great advice for any relationship where when we are focused on the expectations, the opinion of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be and blah, 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 blah. When we have that long list and we're looking at a relationship we're having with someone, we're focusing on we're checking off what's happening, but really we're focusing and highlighting what's not happening. And what happens when we're focusing on what's not happening in a relationship? We get more of that, more of not happening. And but instead, can you imagine a relationship where all that we focus on is what I'm grateful for about who they are, what they're bringing into the relationship, what I'm grateful for in the relationship, what I'm grateful about how it's progressing, what it's bringing me. I'm grateful for what I am bringing into the relationship and how I feel about it. Then I just get more and more and more of that gratitude stuff instead of well, this isn't happening. It's not happening fast enough. They didn't do this. They should have said this. They shouldn't have said that. It's like we focus in on all that. It just sucks the life out of the relationship. Whereas this grows and expands and um, brings it health. So I feel like that's where we're at right now. I feel like you're in that period of pausing and growth because you're tired of, like we were talking with Debbie O, right? We're tired of the stepping stones of, I just want to kind of learn by watching other people and listening to spirit and maybe reading a book or watching some videos or attending a class or whatever. Going, I would rather have that right now. I feel like that's where you're at in your life. Not to say that there won't be a couple stepping stones to test, not to test us pass or fail, but to test the knowledge that we put in and going, is this really what I want? Because when we get into a relationship and we apply what we've learned, then we're like, nah, I don't like this. you know, Next. But anyway, that's what's coming in for you with those. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in. Yeah, it's all about the witches gathering. Right now, it's about community, friends, hanging out, learning, and it says, "Gather in power." There you go. Come together in grace. Unity is rising, and all will be embraced. I love that. So it's really remembering who you really are. That you're connected to a great host of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side too. So this is about keywords are loyalty, faith, friendship, and cooperation. So your higher self chose this card because it's a good omen of friendship and renewed connection. This is a positive sign for you if you're seeking to reconnect with a lost friend or lover. Don't do it. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. You can do what you want. Take steps to reach out as your reunion will result in a joyful and positive experience. Maybe it's reaching out to an old friend. Witches gathering is also a great sign if you're seeking new relationships, either intimate or platonic. Well, here we go. There are people who are just your kind of people, and you will likely go on to build rewarding, loyal, and long lasting relationships with any new people entering your life at this time. Ooh. Seek people who share your values and your interests. You may be surprised to find there are many people who understand you on a soul deep level who have been looking for someone just like you to occupy room in their lives. Wow, I love this. So we talk about it. It's relationships and gathering. This card also brings an important message. Relationships are not to be taken lightly, and they require care and attention. It's important to make time for the people who are most important to you because they need your love and support just as much as you need theirs, and maybe even more. This card guides you to say yes to as many social invitations as possible. There are people who are very eager to meet you, and you never know when a party or night at a bar with a friend can change your life. Wink, wink, right? It's even more critical for new relationships that are fragile and just beginning to take shape. If you're feeling vulnerable, it's safe to say others might be feeling something similar. Making time and doing your best confirms your desires to have others around and will go a long way in showing how much you care. Wow, I love that. But a great ending for your reading. Partay. So that is what they have for you, my dear Mia. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And I believe that might be it for donations this evening so far. Sure. Is that Bayman? Baman? You can definitely ask a question. You can post it out there. In the future, you don't. I appreciate you being respectful and kind to ask, but you can just put your question out there. All right, let me grab the free readings here, and we'll start those unless a donation pops in the meantime. But let me grab these. So we got Morning and Ateshi. We got Brenda's and Alice's. There we go. And then we have Kathleen. Grab that here. Boom, boom. Okay. Okay, we did that. We did those. We did that. And then let me take a look here. So Deb, I'm doing well, Deb. I didn't see your comment here. So we went out on the boat for the last ride of the season. You went into Boston and stopped by the symphony place for the fourth. Oh wow, what an adventure! 75 to 80 degrees and sunny. Well, you lucked out. And now you're checking out the moon. I love it. All right. So sorry, I just saw that just now. All right, Deb. We did those. We asked those. Okay, here's Ashish. I'm gonna grab yours. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I think I read all those. And Tacho Love. Hello, hello. Good to see you here. Oh, thank you for your lovely comment there. Okay. So I did those. I did those. Hey, Olivier. Good to see you as well. Here's your question. Let me grab that. All right. And then Bayman. All right. Wink, wink. All right. I grabbed yours there. All right. So not a ton there. So let me scroll up here. Let me get these all set, and then we'll jump into the free readings here. Thank you guys again so much for all your thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for doing that. Something free everyone can do that does help. Like I said, spread the love message, and you're part of the giant love tsunami. So thank you guys for doing that. All right. There we go. All right. So, of course, these go a little faster. They're just 1 to 2 cards for free readings. And, of course, if anyone wants to dive deeper, if you make a donation, then we do get the skinny on things. All right. So let's take a quick sip here. Cheers, everybody. All right. So, morning, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you wanted a general reading. So there we go. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, thank you. Boom, boom. So you got the 9 of arrows and the 3 of bows. I like this. The 9 of swords is, like it is called the Nightmare and Insomnia card, but it is also an energy of I'm getting tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations. The 10 of swords, the 10 of arrows is like, I'm out of here, I'm done. Ugh. But the 9 is like, I'm getting really, really, really tired of it. Because we're dreaming about how I'm I'm fearing disappointing people, or, you know, I'm tired of feeling disappointed and things not unfolding. All these things I was told were supposed to happen in the outside world and they're not. And what's going on with all this, right? So I like that coming in here because the Three of Wands is about with new information going in a different direction. So I feel like some things have been coming up, some disappointments, all this stuff popping up to give you the freedom from these restrictive mindsets, these opinions about how things are supposed to be and how they, you know, um, just all those opinions that everyone has different ones, and we feel like pressure and it doesn't feel fun. It feels like a burden. We're ready to let go of that crap, right? And realizing that it's like, you know what? I've been allowing this opinion to hold me back from doing what I want to do and going in a direction I want. So I've been going this way for a long time, listening to everyone else, but it's like you're getting to this point of freedom where you're ready to make a break and to exit that highway and take an off ramp and take a different highway to go in a different direction. So I like this for you because you are just kind of sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, which is great. It is. I remember going through it several times, different stages of it, and yeah, it feels kind of uncomfortable and a little ugly and lower vibrational when the stuff is like. But once we question it and we release it, it's like it's like taking 5 pebbles out of your shoe that you've been walking on, that every time you take a step, it's like, "Ow, ow," and finally you take your shoe off and get it all out, and it's like, "Oh my gosh," it's like wearing Dr. Scholl's things. It's so much smoother, it feels so good, right? So it's definitely worth it, and I feel like that's the big message is it's worth the pain and suffering of what you've been going through because and it will continue to happen until we go, "Oh, I see," till we have our aha, because it's happening for us. Things are being shown for us until we see what we wanna see. And we've asked that when we came down here. I don't care. Keep repeating it. Keep smacking me upside my head until I see it. Obviously, that's what I asked for because I'm like, oh, I get it now. Anyway, so hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you morning. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. What to expect on Tuesday in the outside world. So next Tuesday. All right. So let's see here. Based on current energies, what do you want Tashi to know? Okay, I don't want that one. I don't want those. I want this one. All right. Okay. Well, that's good. I was just going to say, I thought it was the tower at first, but we have temperance and balance coming in here with the 10 of swords, which is an ending and beginning energy. And there is something here that's unfolding that's been with temperance. It's alchemy. It's like 2 cups that go back and forth normally in the original tarot. It is fire Sagittarius energy behind the scenes, which is about progression. It's just not as fast as Aries fire or as Leo. Aries is like leap before you think. Leo is has a fire in their belly of things, but it's not so. It's a little more mature kind of think before you leap energy, but the Sagittarius is wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, okay, now, where Leo's more like, wait for it. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go. This is lower expression. So I like this because the 10 of arrows, which is instruction, the 10 of arrows, 10 of swords is I'm tired of doing things the old way and things have been going slow for you to let go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So I feel like Tuesday, what you can expect is a different way of approaching things. You might even have some delays on Tuesday with whatever this is. Um, because that feels like things are being worked on, but you might need to be a little more patient with it because there are some changes that are coming, some letting go of expecting how things should go, supposed to go, need to go. Because when we have like a want and need energy, it does push things further away. If we can step in with whatever situation that you're focusing in on gratitude around what you have in your life today, any kind of gratitude you can find out around a situation or a past situation that relates to it, the more we draw in higher vibrational energies around it with this. But I feel like with the 10 of swords, it is about letting go of expectation of things because expectation equal disappointment, right? The outside world um, is and until it gets in here and we create a story around it. So there is this letting go of old stories that you get to choose your story of whatever happens on Tuesday. It just is. It's just an event. It's just an action. It's just something or the lack of something of not unfolding. And that's all right. We get to choose the story, knowing that everything that unfolds in our life is for us in some way. Even when we can't see it in the moment, we can trust that it is for us, for our adventure, for our growth, for our learning coming in there. So hopefully that helps, Satoshi. I feel like that's what's coming in here. But I feel like the unexpected happens on Tuesday, but it feels like there might be delay as well. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. And then Brenda Globy. Hello, hello. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. My apologies if I am not. So, Brenda, there's your timestamp. You want to know what the future is between AS and KTH. So, based on current energies, what can we know about the future between AS and KTH? All right, here we go. Oh, interesting. All right. So, we have the green woman coming in here, which is the Empress, which is an energy of birthing, harvest, creativity, sensuality, and growth. And we have the Two of Pentacles, which they call this challenge down here, two rabbits fighting. But I feel like there is growth, there is harvest, there is abundance that comes in with this here. Usually, I think it is the Empress that has a one rabbit on her card in the original tarot, which is, here's growth on both sides here. Um, and I feel like it's because of a difference of opinion that there is some challenge, there is some conflicts that come in here. But I feel like the main thing is it's because it's coming from two different sides of the coin and that they grew up very differently in some things. And so there's some um, confusion a bit of like, what? Why are you doing it that way? Um, that which is interesting here because I feel like there is conflict, but there's a lot of making up, which sometimes I feel like people choose fights just so they can have the makeup experience. I know we do as spirit beings. We're like, ooh, look, look all the stuff that we can experience down here, and that's one of the things that is oddly from our standpoint. Really, that's something that we're like, "Ooh, yeah, it's like a side dish." Like, "Ooh, we like that. Let's order that too." Because we like the conflict, because we like the making up and the contrast between the two. And I feel like that's what's kind of coming in here. It feels it feels like there is some progress. There feels like there is some energy of mother nature, mother nurture, which is nurturing of oneself. So I feel like there is a bit of what is this? It's like realizing that my way is not the highway, that there are other ways. Like, well, there's only one freeway. They're like, no, there's this other freeway that runs on this outside of the town. You're like, I've never been on that freeway. But it's there. And they're like, I never knew about your freeway. And you're like, well, let's go explore them instead of like, no, you must go my freeway, like that, my way or the highway. So I feel like that's a little bit of energy that's going on right now there. It feels like growth. It feels healthy, progressive energy. Um, right now. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Alice coming in. Look at this 11515 for you, Alice. Boom, boom. And you want to know, when can you expect to hear back from your dream company? Will they move you forward in the next round of interviews? All right, let's check their energy today. See what we got here. We'll pull one card for timing. When can you expect to hear back? In fact, I've got this learning tarot. Let's see if this resonates, because these have timing actually on the card itself. So, all right, they want the top card. There we go. And then will they forward you into the next round of interviews? Okay, there we go. Top card both times. All right, so first of all, let's find out, will they forward you on? Yep, Two of Vessels. I do feel here, the Two of Cups is a relationship energy. It's a good bonding energy. So I feel like you did well in the interview. This does feel a movement forward here. When will you hear back from them? Yeah, maybe not here. You got June 6th to June 22nd. So I don't, that does not resonate. Next year, good luck. I don't feel like that resonates here with this here. But we have the Three of Cups. I celebrate abundance and joy. It's a very joyful card. It's a gathering card. So I feel like with this three, I feel like it's within um, the first 3 days of October. Where's the calendar? We're on the 26th. Isn't that like next week, right? Let me see here. Do we have a calendar here? Here, let me look over here. I know where is it on here. Here it is. Will it allow me to go forward? Oh, there it goes. Um, there's October. Yeah, that is next week, right? So it should be what, from Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, which October 3rd is on Friday, next Friday. I feel like they still have to get together to kind of calibrate their interviewing and who they're sending forward. And I feel like they have a few more interviews to finish up, but I do feel like it's good news. And it does feel the first 3 days of October based on current energies anyway. So that's what they have for you, Alice. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Enjoy your adventure. All right. And then here we have Kathleen Hughes. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. You want to know, what is the situation between Adam and the Texas girl? Uh-oh. Debbie, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. Debbie O Texas is well, she was in the house. She might still be here. You're hoping it's blase so that I have more confidence in reconciling. Okay, I get you. Let's take a look here. So we'll look at, based on current energies, what's the situation between Adam and the Texas girl? What can we know about that right now? Okay, thank you. What else? All right. See what we got going on here. Okay. Well, we do have the Lovers card, the Forest Lovers card here, and the Six of Stones. I'm sorry, not the Six Stones, the Three of Stones, which is the Three of Pentacles. There still is this strong bond between them right now. But I'm feeling here, because the Three of Pentacles is about being true to my authentic self. And um, it's like I don't, and this is going to sound bad in a way, but like the way that it's coming in here is like, so if I feel like I'm here and I feel like you're up here and this other person in Texas is down here, I don't have to work so hard to try to feel like I'm, like, matching up and not falling short of what you're wanting, and without even trying, I'm like, "Woof," to where they're like, "Wow," not worshiping so much, but, "Wow," they appreciate everything around me because they have a very low bar, um, and you might have a high bar, um, and that's at least this is the perception of where they're coming from, and I feel like that's what this draw is here, is that I can be like myself and they don't care, I can fall short, I can make mistakes. They're just like the I feel like the Texas girl is very forgiving and very much it's almost like a cheerleader kind of energy of just looking at the bright side and just happy and da 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 da. More oblivious. It's like this might be like their first real type of relationship kind of energy. You know how naive we are in our first relationship, and then we learn. And that's the kind of energy that's coming in here right now. It doesn't feel like it's ending like soon. Um, because I feel like they're kind of torn in between because you also don't get as much benefit either. Like I used to say, I'm high maintenance, but I'm worth it because everything I bring, cost benefit analysis. You get what you pay for. That's what he is like. Well, you know, so I feel like they're still in that. You know, I need to feel good about myself stage, and they feel like at least I don't even have to try, and they think I'm, you know, the next best thing to slice bread, right? um, versus they kind of feel like they fall short and that it takes so much for them to meet the expectations that they think you have. Even if you don't have a whole lot, in their mind you do. And you can't change that. Um, you just can show them if you're interacting with them a difference if you want to, like no, and and what we do is because when we focus on expectations of who someone is supposed to be and should be, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, what they should say, what they shouldn't say, and that's where arguments and conflict comes from because we start pointing out to each other how you're not meeting up to my expectations, right? And the more we focus on what's not happening, then right. But when we focus on gratitude for who someone is, what we love about them, which in a way is what the Texas girl is doing, um, because they haven't started uh, going, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. And oh, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? They haven't started any of that yet, which is in their barrels, their shotgun, right? Texas shotgun. But, um, the more we can sincerely focus on what we're grateful for with someone instead of what they're not doing, who wants to be in that? We know we don't want to be in a relationship where we're constantly told what we're not doing. Neither does anyone else. So if we have a relationship where all I'm focused on is what I love about you, what you bring into the relationship, what the relationship is bringing me, what I'm bringing into the relationship, I focus on what I love. That's what grows it instead of, you know, down the toilet, right? All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit, Kathleen. Hang in there. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we have Ashish. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. Anyone know, will you meet your future wife this year? All right. So, based on your current energies, is this the year? Okay. Thank you. This one. Nope. I don't want any of those. What else? What else can we know? Right. So, I feel like this will be yes or no. And then this will be what else they want you to know. You got the Six of Bows, abundance. Definitely is energy of possibilities with Wands energy. It's a victory card. So it does feel like a yes, it is possible here. Yeah, even the wheels of fate that are here are coming in here. Excuse me. So it does feel as though with your current energies, if you stay in the direction of where you're headed, what you're doing, you will meet them this year. Don't feel like you'd get married this year, but you will meet them this year based on current energies. Um, because I do feel like it is a fated relationship that's coming in. And of course, with any fated, usually with most fated situations, there's an earliest time we can meet them and a latest time we can meet them. And I feel like, excuse me, this six is really standing out to me. And I feel like the ranges was like 6 months. And I feel like it started in June. So that's why I feel like the energy is that you'll meet them by the end of this year. And even this Wheel of Fortune being the number 10, I feel like October is very favorable for you to meet them, which is next month. So I like this for you. I feel like you'll meet them next month, but then I feel like marriage would be next year. Yeah, that's what I feel like is coming in right now for you. So I like that for you, Ashish. So many blessings to you. That is what is coming in. All right. All right. Touch of love. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. Let me take a quick sip here. Got a little scratch in my throat. We got some more storms coming in. Yay. I love storms and rain. All right. So, my friend, as you say, can you see what spirit says about you going out tonight with your person? But my son, where I live now, can you see the energy around this situation? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, your son is where you live now. Oh. Okay, let's see here. What's this energy around here? Um, so if you go out tonight, what kind of energy surrounds this? I feel like it's this one here. All right. Do you have the Four of Swords? There's a little bit of rest energy here. What's with this other one here? We do have the Five of Stones, the Five of Pentacles, which is a feeling of abandonment, being left alone, being left behind. It almost feels like this is a good night to, I know, like it says, going out with your person. Um, and I don't know if you're ready to have it at home, but I kind of feel like this energy here, I feel like it might be a good evening just to stay in with your son. If you, I don't know if your person would be okay hanging out, if this is a good opportunity just to chill with all three of you, or not. But I kind of feel that kind of energy here because there is this feeling of, like I said, abandonment, being left behind, being left out. And I feel like that's okay if that's, you're not responsible for those emotions of theirs. But if you, there is this energy of it could be a win-win, if you're up for that. But otherwise, um, it's like there's this Four of Swords is about letting go of expectations, going, I can't control, unless your child's like 4 years old. Yeah, definitely not leave them alone, right? But I feel like if they're old enough to take care of themselves, but I feel like it's um, kind of a stay in kind of energy here. Let's watch a movie. Let's have some food. What do you think? Kind of energy that's coming in there. Um, or at least talk it over, because that, again, the expectations that I'm responsible for someone else's, their emotional choices is, a good release. As when I let those go, I can see things from a higher perspective. Let me try to see it from each other's perspectives. And then what do I want to do with all that? But it does feel like a very stay at home evening kind of energy. So That's what's coming in. I know, but you get to do what you want. They're just saying, "Well, since you asked, this is like an idea." But, communication, I feel like, is important, um, especially if you're like, "Would you mind if we ever hung out here?" And if they're like, "Oh god, no," then you'll feel better about going instead of feeling like you're abandoning them. So I feel like it's communication is very key in the situation here, especially with your special someone too. Hey, would you ever think of, just hanging out here? Um, you know, and they're like, I don't want to be someone's dad, I can just relax. It's not that, you know, or depending, you never know. Anyway, hopefully all that makes sense. That's a lot of different stuff that's coming in, but there's no wrong choice, is what they're really saying here. You could do this, or you could do this, or you could do this, or you could do this. So there's no wrong choice, no right choice, just different choices with different outcomes. Um, but I feel like ultimately communication is very important between everyone. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, my friend. All right. And then Olivier Vergara, you are up. Hello, my friend. Let's grab your timestamp here. Hello, hello, hello. A general for this coming week. All right, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about this coming week here? All right. Okay. All right. I know I wanted this one. Okay. And this one reveals itself. So this is the beginning of the week. You do have the Eight of Stones, the Eight of Pentacles, which is skills. This is a work energy here. So I do feel like at the beginning of the week, I feel like you do get movement and activity regarding work coming in here. Skills being identified, but it's also putting in the work. And now you're starting to see the fruit of your labor a little bit. So I feel like things are starting to pick up at the beginning of the week. Toward the end of the week, yeah, Page of Bows, Page of Wands. There is movement and activity here. And that makes sense. Sorry, falling off my chair here. It's like my butt has fallen asleep. And there you go. You're getting off your butt. You're going, right? Not that you've been sitting on your butt, but that's like kind of energy is action, action, action. And that's the beginning of October. So, the first, second, third is like the second part of the week. And I feel like that is what's coming in here. It just feels like there's action and revelations here. It's the season. They're not even touching the focus on gratitude like we talk about all the time. I know. This is all about here comes the fruit of your labor. You're starting to see the things trickle in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you really see the fire and the action kick in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday coming up. So I like that for you. It feels very positive. Feels like it's very work oriented. So some good news I feel like is coming your way this next week. So hopefully that makes sense, Olivier. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then I think that's Bamin or Bamin. My apologies for mispronouncing that. I might be totally murdering it. Look, you had 13344. I love that. Repeating numbers. So what's coming towards you in love, especially communication related? Wink, wink. Let's take a look here. So what does Spirit have here for you? What's coming in towards love? How's that first here? Okay, we feel like we got both. That's first, and that's about communication. So what's coming in for love here? Ooh, the moon on the water. You got the moon energy coming in, which is a very emotional energy. It's emotion bubbling to the surface, and it's about cycles. And I feel here this full moon in Aries that we have coming up, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I feel is the kind of the spark of release. And then the new moon that happens 2 weeks after that, I feel it's around more the new moon that comes in, which will be in Scorpio. Will that be Scorpio? No, we haven't had the Libra new moon yet. Oh, Oh, that's right, because we just had the second Virgo new moon this last Sunday. Yeah. So the next new moon is gonna be the first new moon in Libra, which is the house of relationships. Can you believe that? So I do feel so 3 weeks from this Sunday, coming Sunday, well, it'll be around that period, give or take 2 or 3 days on either side. I feel like you will, meet someone, uh, new regarding love coming in here. Let's see here about communication. Yeah, you've got the green man, the emperor energy. This is Aries energy too. So I feel like I feel like around this Aries full moon, I feel like you will get communication from current interests and past interests, but this is about letting go. The full moon is the I got to use a different word than that one. Um the fruition, it's at its highest, right? Its fullest. And that's when it's like, all right, we've reached the culmination and now we start to what are we letting go of to make space for something new? So I feel like from um the Aries full moon for those 2 weeks you're going to be letting go of old interests and your drawing to people is going to be changing because you're going to be meeting someone new coming up with this energy with the green man and the emperor energy. Someone that is more the emperor is ruler over kings, like the empress is rule over queens. It's not king queen level, it's king queen, I mean, emperor empress level. So it's someone that, it's like you're letting go of kings or queens who roll over just, you know, pockets of different things to someone that has it all kind of energy. So I like this for you. And I feel like you've really been, this Taurus, stubborn. We're going to call it patient, though, because I know I'm a fixed sign Aquarius. I can be stubborn. I call it, I am patient. I'm patiently putting up with, you know, well, maybe they'll change. And I feel like something to be aware of is you might tend to fall in love with the possibilities of who someone could be rather than who they are. But this person that's coming up around this Libra new moon is going to be like, wow, you already are these things. And, which makes it easy to let go of other things, right? So hopefully that helps, Batman. That's what they have for you. Right. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. Um, yeah, so I think that is everything. I think that's all. Let me just double check. That's all the donations, all of the free readings this evening. So I'll make sure I didn't miss anyone here. And just to let everyone know, I like to make sure everyone knows I do have a giveaway that will be happening here next week, October 1st, right? Oh my gosh. So I put out a intro video for my upcoming new podcast series, Easier Path. So if you comment on that video, which all this is listed in the description box of this video and then the link I just provided. If you go there and watch the video, of course, please, then if you comment on there something that you're grateful for in your life or something that has been in your life, then you'll be entered into the drawing on October 1st, and I'll be giving away a personal recorded reading or a hedge of peace and love. And depending on how many people enter, I'll be choosing, of course, at least one. But if there's a significant amount of people there, I might even do more than one. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Also, I do have, a special here on my personal readings, um, all the way through September, all the way to end of October as well. My 15-minute personal recorded readings are 777, and my half hour are 1515. So all this information is in the description box. I just like to make sure everyone knows about drawings for free things and discounts and specials, right? So so you guys are aware. All right, everybody. Well, I think that is it for this evening. I'll be back tomorrow morning and Sunday morning from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And of course, tomorrow night as well from 6 to 9 p.m. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, remember, have some fun because why are we being so serious, right? All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.